historic step forward amid Gaza tensions. Both Israel and Hamas agree on initial phase of peace plan. Relatives of those held hostage and former captives are reacting with overwhelming relief and hope following the announcement of a groundbreaking agreement leading to the hostages' release. Eli Sharabi, who tragically lost his wife and children, and whose brother Yassi's body remains in Hamas custody, expressed immense joy, eagerly awaiting the moment when all captives return home. Matan Zangauker's mother shared a deeply emotional message, saying, "Matan is coming back to me. To you, to our country, these are tears I have prayed for." Similar sentiments came from Nimrod Cohen's mother, simply stating, "My child, you are coming home." Former British-Israeli hostage Emily Damari celebrated alongside Romy Gonen, offering prayers of gratitude and a traditional toast, L'chaim, meaning to life. Emily has been an active advocate for the release of her friends, the twin sisters Gali and Ziv Berman, whose brother Liren Berman emotionally posted, "My Gali and Ziv, I love you so much. You're coming home." Countdown to hostage release begins. The next major step rests with Israel's cabinet, which is scheduled to vote on the deal imminently. If approved, Israel is expected to withdraw its forces to a pre-agreed boundary within 24 hours, a move confirmed by a senior White House official to CBS News. Only after Israel's withdrawal will a 72-hour timer start, marking the beginning of the hostages' phased release. The official expressed optimism, saying, "We anticipate hostages to start returning by Monday," though with a caveat. Hamas might try to expedite the timeline if possible. Netanyahu hails agreement as a triumph for Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu quickly issued a statement, calling this milestone a great day for Israel. He promised to convene the government the following day to ratify the arrangement and emphasized the mission to bring all our dear hostages home. In a gesture of gratitude, Netanyahu thanked the Israeli military and U.S. President Donald Trump's team for their dedication to this sacred mission. Hamas speaks out on peace deal terms. Hamas released a detailed statement confirming the breakthrough. According to reports from CBS News, Hamas says the pact will put an end to hostilities in Gaza, guarantee the full withdrawal of occupation forces, facilitate humanitarian aid, and establish a prisoner exchange framework. The statement expressed appreciation for Qatar, Egypt, Turkey, and U.S. President Trump for their mediation work, while urging these parties to ensure Israel upholds its commitments. Hamas praised the people of Gaza for their resilience and emphasized their steadfast determination not to abandon their quest for freedom, independence, and self-determination. Qatar confirmed ceasefire deal could end war. Shortly after, Qatar's foreign ministry also confirmed that the first phase of the Gaza ceasefire plan has been finalized. A spokesman highlighted that this phase paves the way to ending the war, freeing Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners, and allowing vital humanitarian aid into Gaza. Further details were promised to be disclosed soon. Netanyahu's vow, bringing every hostage home. In a powerful declaration, Netanyahu reaffirmed his commitment by stating, "With God's help, we will bring them all home," pledging to safely recover every Israeli hostage held by Hamas in Gaza. Behind the scenes, intense negotiations and White House activity. President Trump's announcement came after a tense and dramatic day of negotiations at Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, where indirect talks between Israel and Hamas were held. Trump expressed his intent to visit Egypt imminently, possibly by Friday, reflecting the importance of this diplomatic breakthrough. At the White House, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. Reporters noticed an unusually long wait for updates, hinting at a major announcement. The moment the news broke on Truth Social, a whirlwind of activity ensued among journalists, with cameras and keyboards springing to life to cover the historic event. Trump's social media declaration. President Trump posted on social media that Israel and Hamas have both agreed to the first phase of our peace plan. He elaborated that this would soon lead to the release of all hostages and a strategic Israeli military withdrawal, marking critical steps toward achieving a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. Trump described this as a momentous day, not just for Israel, but also for the Arab and Muslim world, surrounding nations, and the United States. He expressed gratitude toward mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey, celebrating the historic and unprecedented achievement with the words, "Blessed are the peacemakers." Trump's potential Middle East trip. While an exact travel date remains uncertain, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt indicated Trump might visit the Middle East soon after a scheduled trip to Walter Reed Medical Center for his annual checkup and a meeting with troops. The president himself hinted at a potential inclusion of Gaza in his itinerary, stating he may go to Egypt and make the rounds, underscoring the diplomatic priority of the region. The pivotal note from Secretary of State Rubio. Earlier in the day, Secretary of State Marco Rubio handed Trump a discreet note during an event focusing on domestic issues, signaling that a deal was very close. Trump acknowledged this publicly and promptly shifted his focus to managing the Middle East situation, underscoring the deal's high stakes. What's next? This historic breakthrough doesn't just mark a ceasefire, it initiates a complex, delicate phase promising a path back to normalcy for families torn apart by conflict. But here's where it gets controversial. Can this fragile agreement truly hold, given the decades of mistrust and violence? And what guarantees are in place to ensure all parties stick to the plan? What do you think? Does this peace deal offer genuine hope for lasting resolution, or is it just the calm before another storm? Share your thoughts below and join the conversation on what might be one of the most consequential developments in the region's recent history.